Welcome to Duke TV, located in the heart of Ikeja here in Lagos. Today we have brought you a topic we believe must be of interest to all and sundry, and it has to do with the economy of the nation. As we all know, the economy is a determinant factor of so many things that are germane to us. And to help us do justice to this topic, we have taken time to bring about a cerebral gentleman who holds a master's in managerial psychology from the prestigious University of Lagos. Is a board member of LASACO PLC here in Lagos State, and of course is the former chairman of a local government in Lagos State. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome to Duke TV Mr. NIYI SALIU. So NIYI, we are glad to have you at Duke TV.
Thanks for having me, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
This beautiful studio.
Oh my God, thank you.
Glad to be here.
I'm blushing. Thank you. You are welcome any day to Duke TV.
Thank you. It's our studio. We'll be here.
Thank you very much. Very much.
We're happy to be here.
Glad to hear that. Thank you. Before we proceed on this interesting topic of the day, can we meet you?
Okay, my name is NIYI SALIU. I'm a politician, an investment banker, and an entrepreneur. I've been around a while. I've sojourned through life in my own little journey of life. I finished from the University of Lagos. I have a master's degree in managerial psychology.
Wow.
I've been an insurer, an investment banker, an asset management person. I worked in a number of places in the private sector. I was the business manager of Sun Alliance Insurance in Ogun State at Bekuta. I worked in an investment banking firm, BGA. I rose to become a divisional head. Started my entrepreneurial journey. As soon as I left BGA, I started a company called Ascentric Global Services. I also worked with a few friends to, start an investment banking firm, Boston Advisory, and become one of the leading investment banking firms in Nigeria today. And I was the former chairman of a radio LCDA. And I was there for 4 years since I left office by the benevolence of the Lagos State Governor. He appointed me to the board of LASACO Insurance as a Lagos State representative to be one of their directors. I'm also a director at a Liquid Crest Microfinance Bank.
Wow.
And I've been doing a number of things in the private sector space. Today, I run a number of firms. I'm the managing director of Global Advisory Limited, and I'm on the board of Prime Project Limited as well. So we are in the public space, and we are trying to make ends meet. I have trained both locally and internationally. I've enjoyed and I've had the benefit of the and the opportunity to train at the University of Cambridge and Euromoney, that's London School of Leadership and Management. And by the grace of God, very soon I'm also going to earn a certificate in risk management at the prestigious Imperial College London. So I've been busy doing a number of things, and we're still looking forward to doing greater things. We're young, we are ready, and we are good to go. We are good to go. We are very eager to serve and support the.
Thank you very much, SALIU. The prevalent economic situation in Nigeria.
Yes.
We must not deceive ourselves. We cannot claim that it's all rosy.
Yes.
And this is a talk of the town. But before we proceed on this topic, I want to find out, can we sincerely say it's peculiar to Nigeria?
No.
Or is it global in nature? Please.
It's not peculiar to Nigeria. It's a global, I'm trying to say pandemic. It's all over, even in the US. The economy is on the ballot in the next election. That's how serious it's become. Recently in the United Kingdom, a prime minister, a secretary of the economy got fired due to downturn in the economy. So it's escalating everywhere. And every nation, they're bringing a lot of solutions to resolving their own issues. And Nigeria is not insulated from the global economy. So we have our own issues. And that's, in addition to the fact that we have a serious issue of corruption in the country. And it's,
which is not helping matters.
Which is not helping matters. So, and it's a lot of battle for the current administration to try and fix a problem that is almost as old as our independence. So that is a lot of work that the current president is, doing, and various state governors. And you have seen activities as demonstrated, and you can see them on the streets by the Lagos state governor and the president. A lot of reforms. The CBN rolls out policies every day, and they're trying to attack the root cause of the problem. And the economy itself has been handled by Mr. Wali Edun. A lot is happening, a lot of reforms, a lot of policies are being rolled out. And we can see the results already. Until yesterday, the Naira appreciated for about 6 weeks, until yesterday. And whatever, change that you see is temporary. It's going to go back. The Naira rose from becoming the weakest currency in the world to the best performing, currency in the world. And you are going to see, that's an indication of what to come, a lot to come.
Oh, good to hear this. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, we spoke about the prevalent economic situation in Nigeria.
Yes.
And we have established that it's not peculiar to Nigeria.
No, it's not peculiar to Nigeria.
It is global.
It's a global phenomenon.
But in the case of Nigeria in particular, the general opinion is that the removal of subsidy, which some people consider as ill-timed, triggered the situation on ground that makes Nigeria's situation a bit on the high side,
it wasn't
triggering inflation,
it wasn't
high cost of living, and
it wasn't time.
I want to conclude that question. If that is the case, would you honestly say that the president has a choice other than removing that subsidy
on the one,
as at the time he did so?
On the one, it wasn't timed. The president made a promise to the people of Nigeria that he was going to stop petroleum subsidy. That's number one. Number two, the previous administration had planned for the stoppage of the subsidy at a particular point in time. And the budget they made stopped paying for the subsidy
continued
at a particular point in time that clearly made it impossible for this president at the time he declared that subsidy was going to be stopped to continue to pay for petroleum subsidy. So it was a matter of policy. What we didn't address, or what a lot of Nigerians didn't address, was the character and the behavioral pattern of all of us.
As a people.
As a people. We take advantage of in quotes, some of our misfortunes. And a few of us also sabotage good intentions. Great economic plan that will be good for the vast majority of Nigerians. So we just take undue advantage of it. And what we don't know is that we sabotage the economy and create problem for the vast majority of Nigerians and make it impossible for government to, fully implement policies that they are intended will be in the best interest of Nigerians. So what happened was that a few of us took advantage of that pronouncement to create a lot of problems for the rest of us. We created artificial inflation and, recklessly increased price of goods and services, created artificial scarcity, and it became a major problem. And we are just getting out of the problem.
Would you say that is being done because of the kind of people that we are, or is it for political reasons?
Well, partly for political reasons, because after the election, some of us didn't want to accept the outcome of the election, and we felt that the solution was to, make the government look bad and create a lot of problems for the incoming administration. So we saw an opening, and they took advantage of it.
Undue advantage.
Undue advantage. What they didn't know that it was not just a problem for government, it was a problem that affected all of us, including those that voted for them. Then some of us too did that purely for economic reasons, and that was economic sabotage of the people of Nigeria. They wanted to take advantage, make profit where they shouldn't have. And, they wanted to make money at the expense of their brothers and sisters. They are nothing but economic saboteurs. And the government is, dealing with that. And you will see it started yielding results. And Naira started gaining for about 3 or 4, 5 weeks until few days back. And I think that will be also resolved. So it's an indication of what to come. What that will tell us is that this government is capable of resolving the issues. They clearly understand the economy, understand what they are doing, and the leadership of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is strong, is knowledgeable, is capable, and it has the capacity to resolving, the
challenges of this nature
that we face. And don't forget that these challenges are not new. There have been issues that have been accumulating since independence. It's just a matter of, the scale of, prevalence at any point in time. So a lot of governments have come since then. I mean, it's good to do window dressing, make it look like you're solving a problem, and not attack the root cause of the problem. So you just solve the problem for a while, it comes back again. What I think the current president is doing is what I call a sledgehammer approach, when you totally kill a problem and it doesn't occur again. And that we have to commend him for. Because a lot of the issues, and for the first time in this country, we have a balance, a joke that we say among ourselves that whatever goes up in Nigeria doesn't come down. We have seen things that have gone up in Nigeria that have started to come down. That is a first.
But yes, I'm interested in that angle, which you have also mentioned in some of your talks, that recently the country was relieved to observe that the Naira was gaining some measure of strength.
Yes.
Okay? And don't forget that when prices were going up, the major excuse was that dollar was rising against the Naira. So when the Naira now started gaining strength, people naturally expected that prices of things will come down. But strange enough, that is not exactly so.
One of the things that we should do, and I'm glad that the government is beginning to see it, the problem is not an economic problem. It's also a behavioral problem. So when we resolve economic problem, we will also begin to resolve the behavioral problem
and the attitudinal
problem of Nigerians. We want to make absolute gains in everything. We don't care what happens to the next door neighbor that we see every day, we play with every day, and the rest. So we want to make gains at the expense of our brothers and sisters. So those are the issues. We have seen a number of things that, because of the gains that we have recorded in the economy, that should change, that, haven't changed. Until, we started seeing the prices of rice, and thanks to Dangote, diesel, and some areas cement, started to come down. And that is, to the credit of the president, who is paying attention to every little thing that's happening in the economy. Otherwise, and you have seen it historically, you see that once there's just a slight scarcity anywhere, people just
take advantage.
Even if you increase, worker salary, that shouldn't affect anybody. They increase price of goods and services in the market.
They have excess money now.
The thing that people have excess money, therefore, they try to determine how and where.
And that
they
means
should,
the purpose will be defeated.
the purpose ab initio will be defeated. So it's a problem that we must, address. And the only thing that can address it is competition. We need to liberalize the economy, create competition, and government must also be part of the competition. That's my view, because look, if the private sector or the non-formal sector of the economy are not going to resolve the problem, the government must lead by example. I'll give you an example. Look at the petroleum sector. The NNPC is a major tool for controlling prices. You don't need to formulate a policy to control prices of the price of crude oil, price of petrol,
refined,
refined products. You just need to set a price using the NNPC. Competition will drive
as a spoiler in quotes.
In a way.
In quotes, yeah.
Yes, that competition will drive down other prices in the market. And we have seen Dangote, who determined that diesel prices, set diesel prices at 1,000 naira. So anyone who wants to make sales in this market will understand that there's a price already at 1,000 naira and be advised accordingly. Today, before I came to this studio, that price has dropped to between 930 to 970.
Wow.
Do you understand? So what that will do, one, is going to drive down inflation. Two, we are going to start to see the benefit of competition and the principle of free economy.
Even in the airline.
Absolutely. Look, when Airpeace came to the equation,
that wonderful man.
Look, prices came from about 5.8 million business class to 4.5 million naira Virgin Atlantic. I haven't seen that kind of change. It's drastic in a long time. That is what competition can do. So what government needs to do, when we have seen that, is to empower Airpeace to do more and give them consideration, especially in the area of tax and some other things that they could, to empower them to withstand the competition. Because what they would do is that the big airlines, because of the strength and capacity, will want to stifle Airpeace and chase them out.
They started underpricing.
Yes, they will start to underprice because Airpeace is just.
The question is, why didn't they do that before?
Because they are Shylocks. They are capitalists
to the core.
To the core, and they want to take advantage of helpless Nigerians. Because we are helpless, we can't overnight create our own airlines. You understand? Yes. This is not road transportation. So we are helpless in that sense. So Airpeace, by God's own design and the benevolence, the foresight
of the president,
of this president, who is totally detribalized, who is a father to all, and who is magnanimous enough to understand.
And probably very concerned,
and concerned
about the plight of everybody.
Yes, and supporting local entrepreneurs, local economy, and in a way, I've seen it, that is determined to create a lot more billionaires, increase the net of entrepreneurs, and promote a lot of local businessmen to the international stage. And what has happened to Airpeace is phenomenal. It's historical, and all of us as Nigerians will celebrate it. So what is required now is, number one, additional empowerment for Airpeace, and also creating another international carrier from the local, one of the local entrepreneurs, so that the net can be wider, it can be more liberalization, they can introduce more liberalization into the, that business, and it will force prices to come down. You will notice that there was a time in this country that people started advising those who want to travel internationally to go and travel from Cotonou, that it was cheaper there. Why would tickets be cheaper in Cotonou than Nigeria? That's a bigger economy that has more people traveling.
Fuel cheaper than us.
Fuel cheaper than us. So,
No.
so he will tell you that it's deliberate, it's done,
It's a design.
is a design, to exploit, helpless and helpless Nigerians. And that has to stop. And I commend this president for supporting the airpeace to go international.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, looking at the methodical manner in which this present administration is pursuing or tackling the challenges of the economy frontally, what are the things that Nigerians should look up to in the coming days?
Number one, they should look forward to, globally, a better economy. Nigerians should be assured of electricity, stability in the power sector. They should look forward to stability in the currency space. What it means is that Naira will gain more and exchange rate will come down to single digits by the grace of God. They should also look forward to more liberalism in the economy. They should look forward to individual empowerment, the capacity to be able to do business in Nigeria, make gains, and they should look forward to a boost in local production.
Boost in local production.
Because once there is,
So be able to export more.
to be able to export more
earn,
and earn even foreign currency, and we are going to be able to create more entrepreneurs locally. What it means is that more dividends of democracy will come. In terms of infrastructure, Nigeria will do better roads, and look at it. It's simple. And look, if you just look around, look at the Third Mainland Bridge, the repair that was just done.
And people are hailing it.
It's a
People are really
world-class.
hailing it.
You almost want to think that it's a new construction. That is.
But they have to be appealing to people to reduce
Yes.
their speed, to
Yes.
tell you how smooth
Yes. So
that road is.
it's a story that tells you what to expect. It
And even we
shows
cannot forget this Lagos Calabar.
that is
you
being,
know,
yeah,
wonderful.
that is being planned now. So it tells you the intention. And once you see one or two things,
But some people are skeptical about that project. That I may not see the light as usual.
no.
That is so huge,
Those-
so gigantic.
those
In
are-
fact, that's a waste.
Those that are skeptical about this project has not met the Ashwaji that was governor of Lagos State. They haven't met the Ashwaji that was governor. If they have, they will know that there is capacity. Look, we have the blue line and red line in Lagos today. Before now, anyone would think that it was impossible, but it has happened. Ikoyi Lekki Phase 1 bridge happened in this Lagos.
The Koyi Link Bridge.
Ikoyi Link bridge happened in this Lagos. The repair of airport road happened in this Lagos. Do you understand?
I think the airport road one should even be described as a complete transformation.
Yes, the Fourth Mainland Bridge, currently being promoted by Governor Sanwo-Olu, is happening in the same Lagos.
And people cannot even wait to see that
Do you understand?
project come on board.
When you know the character of people, I have followed the politics of Ashwaju in the last 20 years. In fact, when they started AD, I think it was AC, SN in Lagos, in London.
Okay.
I was there at the launch of ACN in London. So that was the first time Honorable Jabir became the minority leader of the house. So we follow the story of this president. We follow the story of AD, AC, ACN, APC, and we've seen their track record. And we do not have a doubt that big things will be done in the life of this administration. Before now, someone had told you that Third Mainland Bridge can be done in that way. You are not going to. A lot of Nigerians would doubt it.
Believe.
Because we have seen a number of repairs that didn't reflect what we currently have. So, let's understand that this is a serious administration. We have a president that will back his words with action. And we have an administration that will lay down policies and follow through on their policies.
To the
And
letter.
yes, we have seen the CBN and how they have, conducted their affairs since Mr. Cardoso came to office. We've seen a number of things. We've seen the current Minister of Works. We've seen that of Interior. We've seen the current Minister of Finance. We've seen the way they have acted. We've seen that this president has enabled everybody to be at their best. And he has supported them, to be able to serve Nigerians to the best of their ability. So what Nigerians need to do is to stop doubting the intentions of government and support them to be able to achieve. Look, the responsibility of the average voter is number one, to vote your candidate to office. It doesn't stop there. After you have voted your candidate to office, you have a second responsibility to ensure that they do well in office. And doing well in office includes supporting them, believing them when they say they want to do something, and holding them to account when they don't do it.
Wow. Okay, still on the financial aspect of the country, a recent attempt by the Economic and Financial Commission, EFCC, to arrest the former governor of Kogi State, Mr. Bello. Could this be seen as a trace of a zero tolerance posture of this government for corruption?
Absolutely.
Or is it that the EFCC is just being overzealous?
No, they are not overzealous. I think they haven't done enough. Seriously. Because by now, Bello ought to have been arrested. No issues. I don't have any personal issues against Bello.
No, Mr. Chairman. It is said that there's a court injunction that restrains EFCC from arresting.
There are conflicting court injunctions.
Okay.
And I'm disappointed that the governor will conduct himself in that manner. It's a very simple thing. Everyone is subject to the laws of the land.
Yeah.
You are invited by an agency.
Nobody's above the law.
Nobody's above the law. Just surrender yourself, submit yourself to questioning, have your day in court. It's a civil case. Process your bail and attend court proceedings from your house. All of the drama that the governor has introduced to this, they are entirely needless, unnecessary, and it's a sad commentary on youths in governance, and on generally people who think that they are bigger than their size. Look, even this president once submitted himself to the Code of Conduct Bureau.
Yeah, I remember.
So
it was docked.
And he did that after he was senator and governor for 2 terms. So everyone and anyone, Governor Abidin will be listening, should please stop all this charade and submit himself. It's still human.
It is an allegation.
It's just an allegation. He has an opportunity. And you see, and it's shocking because this is a governor who state has said, look, our 80 billion naira is not missing.
Okay.
So you have an opportunity. You have your state behind you. Just submit yourself. Have your day in court. Go through the process. If you are able to plead your case the way you should plead it, the court will discharge you. You have a judiciary that is very strong and so far unbiased. Yes. What is the governor afraid of? That's a problem. And I like the posture of the president. That governor should submit himself and let's go on with it. Because this president cannot have a sacred cow in his campaign against corruption. Everyone that has been accused must clear themselves.
So we can conclude that this is a signal.
It's a signal to others.
Because Bello, for all I know, is not too far away from the president. He's a close ally.
Yes.
Ditto for Better Edu.
Look.
Of the humanitarian ministry.
Look.
And the president did not,
The president will not interfere. That Bello is facing, criminal charges or corruption charges in court does not make him the enemy of the president.
At all.
He's still the president's friend. But the president does not make law on his own. The land, the country Nigeria, we have our laws. And the friends of the president are not exempted from those laws. Do you understand? Even the president himself, If not for his immunity, he is not the law will apply to him when he leaves office. So the president that knows that cannot indulge anyone, even if the person is his friend.
Okay.
And Governor Yabelo must understand that the president will not do anything to save him. He should go and submit himself to EFCC and go through the process like other Nigerians. And we have seen governors that have gone through the process. Some of them have been jailed. Some of them have been acquitted. Orjiu's Okalu is a senator of the Senate. There was time he was found guilty. He was jailed. He challenged that in court, and the court freed him. He's back in the Senate. Orjiu's Okalu was governor 2 times in a state, became a senator, a billionaire by all measurement. If the law did not indulge Orjiu's Okalu, then Yabelo does not have any reason
any locus
to think that
to
he
claim
can escape
otherwise.
the long arms of the law.
Okay. NIYI, before we round up,
Yes.
and in the circumstance we have found ourselves within the country, the effort of the government, the position of the people, the impression they have, and the way things are generally, what specifically would be your advice to the people?
What the people of Nigeria, number one, is not to lose hope in this country. They can't be pessimistic. And the president has said that, yes, you may not like your leaders, but you can't disparage your country.
Your country, I heard him.
Yes, and we have an opportunity every 4 years to
change that
either renew
government.
the contract of our
If you don't
leaders
like him.
or change, and bring in new leaders. So first we must have faith in this country. That's one. 2, when we have elected our leaders, whether we like them or not, we must support them to succeed. Because when they succeed, it's to our advantage.
Yeah.
That's number 2. Number 3 is that we must be law-abiding citizens. That includes 1, avoid anything or engage in any conduct that will be inimical to the peace and progress of this country. Number 2, be tax-paying citizens. Number 3, be hardworking, take advantage of all the reforms that the current government is currently undertaking. Do business, engage in various craft work, and ensure that we're able to make ends meet. Because right now, they're liberalizing the economy, bringing reforms, doing a lot of things that will better the life of the common man. Let us take advantage of that. And to the youth, they are the engine of the economy. They should please avoid all criminal activities. Please be very far away from drug abuse. Go to school, learn a craft, and focus on their future. And look forward to truly being the leader of tomorrow that all of us think that they are.
Wow. Fantastic. Okay, Chairman, before I set you free, in quotes, I remember you are once a local government chairman in Lagos State.
Yes.
Redo Local Council Development Area to be
yes.
specific.
Yes.
What are those things that you wish, with the benefits of hindsight, what are those things that you wish you had done more
one of the things that give me
while you were in office?
One of the things that give me satisfaction today is that God is my witness. I gave my all. I wanted the best for my people. Before I went to Radio to become chairman, I've done everything in life. I've built my house, I've started a company, I have established myself. So my thinking then, if I left everything in Lagos and I went back to Radio to be chairman, it must count for something.
Yeah.
So I gave everything that I could give in the circumstance. Maybe if I was earning the kind of revenue or allocation that the current chairman are earning,
you probably have done more.
I would have probably done more. But within what I was earning then, I did so much so that when I left government, I was bankrupt. I was in debt. But I thank God for what He has done. The journey has taken me through today. That I'm still standing, I'm able to stand there. And I've reestablished myself. I've reestablished my business. And God, because of the fact that I served the people of Edo diligently, God compensated me.
Wow.
And I'm thankful to him today. It wasn't in vain at all.
Beautiful. Okay, on a very final note now, because my final become 1, 2 or more.
3. Okay.
On a very final note now,
Yes.
you know, it is known that the local government is the closest tier of government to the people.
Absolutely.
What peculiar responsibility does this confer on any chief executive that find himself
The chief executives of local government, they are wearing 2 robes. That of manager, because they are chief accounting officer of their various local government, and that of the leader, because they are the political leader of their local government. The first thing they should restore in their various is hope. So the people are despondent at various local government level. They should restore hope. And they should engage the people. The government can, you see, the best thing this president has done is to ensure that local government funds get to the local government. And the economy has become better. They are earning a lot more, in fact, more than triple of what we earned when we were local government chairman. So they should let that impact show at the grassroots.
So they should be selfless.
In terms of infrastructure and in terms of social welfare of the people. Because it's the local government. They need to be able to...
Probably we did not confuse palliative with infrastructure.
No, they are different things.
Well,
You know, some local government chairman think that because they are distributed by palliative, and that's what they need to do. No, it doesn't stop them from building schools. It doesn't stop them from building health care centers.
Roads.
It doesn't stop them from
Hospital.
constructing roads.
PC and all.
Do you understand? It doesn't stop them from doing major things. It doesn't stop them from being creative, introducing new things. One of the things I wanted to do when I was chairman was to have a radio microfinance bank.
And we should be generating funds.
Do you understand? I've looked at the template of Lagos State and thought that we could create the same at the local level. If you travel abroad, a lot of local council development are doing big things.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are creating their own economy.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand? And a number of them, even if they didn't get allocation from the federal like we are getting, they would have been able to support themselves. That was local government I was looking at then. And I brought everybody to the table, including private sector people, illustrious, indigenous of it, that were doing very well and were in various places. I brought them back. They joined me, and we attempted to change that place. We're going to do, estates, and use
Yeah, I'm aware you were.
yes, we attempted it. We secured a lot of lands from the state government, and they gave us. We're going to do big things with it. We had plans that, okay, if we had the opportunity to come back, we would have done this and this and that. So my advice is that generally local government, executives should look more inward. Use the opportunity of, improvement in funding to impact their people, create new things, even create outside local government. Especially those in the city, who says they can't have their own asset management company to take over organizations and create more jobs for their people? Who says they can't create, platforms where they can be generating funds other than the allocation they get from the state government or federal government? They can do that. Who says they can't, collaborate with various agencies of government to change things, to create something that will become an international envy of a lot of people? They can do that. The local government have forced you enough independence to think on your own, to try and to venture. So they should look at that, and our political leaders should stop putting mediocres in important and strategic offices and positions.
It should be about competence.
It should be about competence. It should be about pedigree. It should be about what you can bring to the table. Our leaders, especially those of them that have experience qualifications here and there, they should take decisions that will reflect, their standing in the society, and ensure that their focus is always bring competent people, Because if you don't do that, you can't expect them to perform miracles overnight.
What you don't have, you don't give.
You don't give. So, but those of them in Lagos State right now, we have a history of performance in Lagos State. We have a template that has been laid down by various governors. And this current governor is doing very well. And I know that it's giving enormous support to the local government and to be able to do it. And it's giving them free hand. There's not interfered at all. Their funds have gone to them. I know that. So, and I know that a few of them are actually doing very well. I have followed, some of their, projects and some of their actions in office, and I can commend a few people that I have shown that truly they are worthy of those positions. And it's to the credit of the state government that has given them the enablement, to do and, perform and showcase, their competence and, gain the confidence of their people. So they've done well so far. And I think that wherever that they are lacking, it's an opportunity. They still have, I think, a year, and that's a lot of time to change things. They should take advantage of that and do this, especially for those of them who are seeking second term. They should bring things to the table that will give people the opportunity to support them. And I wish them well.
Same here. Same here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
NIYI, it's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, sir.
I can see you are very loaded.
Thank you very much, sir.
And I'm sure when next we call you, you will oblige us.
It's our studio. We will support it.
Thank you. Thank you. You are most welcome.
You are going international. You are going to be at peace.
Amen.
Very soon.
Amen. I claim it.